How often do you hear someone ask a question like, did you do X? Did you do Y? Did you do Z? Bad questions are a major way that we limit our influence with others. And at the top of that list are yes/no questions. When we ask yes/no questions, we're often asking somebody to take a really complex situation and to boil it down to something that's overly simplistic with a yes or a no answer. They may think we don't get it or out of touch. We don't really understand the complexity of what's going on. We're also limiting their input. We're not getting good information from them. We're just getting a yes or a no answer. Let me tell you, I've done this myself. I asked a guy a question years ago and it was a yes/no question and I was expecting more information. And when he just answered with a yes or a no, I was a little perturbed and I was like, well, dude, tell me more. And he laughed and he looked at me and he goes, hey man, chill out. You asked a bad question, so you got a bad answer. And he was dead on the money. That was all me. More importantly, think about who's doing all the talking and all the thinking when you ask a yes/no question. Yeah, you're the one who's working to sort out all these different pieces and then ask a bunch of yes/no questions. And when you do that, again, you're hurting your influence with them because the message you could be sending to them is, you're not smart enough to tell me what I really want to know. So let me ask a bunch of questions to get to the bottom of this. Another problem area with questions is if you think you have the right answer. Now, we did a whole other video on having the right answer. That shows up in questions too. If you're leading people to the right answer, yeah, they can smell the rat. They know what's going on and they don't appreciate it. This also shows up when people ask rhetorical questions. You're not really asking a question, you're making a statement and getting some artificial agreement. The last way that people hurt their influence with others through questions is by not asking enough questions. Again, you may send the message that you're smart, you've got this all figured out with just a handful of questions when that's really not the case. So when you're not sure, continue to ask more questions. That's not a weakness, it's a sign of strength. It's a sign that you understand, there's more here than I'm sure I know. Let me keep digging into this and let's ask them what they can tell me about this. So be aware of these tendencies for you. They're really common and you'll be surprised how often you recognize you're doing this. Have a good one.